Education, culture, impact, information, varieties, business, entertainment. We have you covered on 103.5 FM.
Alright, beautiful afternoon to you out there from the studio of Honor 103.5 FM. Yes, welcome to Sport Arena on your Super Dial. Definitely, we are here to give you the best and the latest coming from the world of sport. In case you're still wondering, we are broadcasting live from the city of Ibadan, the capital city of Oyo State, the city of the brown roof. And this is Sport Arena, where we give you the biggest news making the run in the world of sport. And this afternoon, we talk about stories coming from tennis because we are in the final stages. And not to forget basketball. I will give you the latest coming from the world of basketball this morning. And of course, football, the people's games. We're talking about several transfers making the rounds. Ladies and gentlemen, let me confirm to you that Declan Rice is now a national player. And just yesterday, Duran Timbers also joined the Gunners. And of course, we talk about Lionel Messi making his move down to Inter Miami right there in the USA. These are many more stories that will be coming your way this beautiful Saturday afternoon. My name is Ayomikun Adeni. Of course, you can simply call me Purity, your sporting investor. And you are welcome to the sporting biggest platform here in the city of Ibadan. This is Sports Arena. Don't you forget, I'm not alone in the studio this beautiful afternoon. I got two wise men, and together I will be doing justice to several actions making the run in the world of football. Alright, let me introduce my guest to you. I have David Ibigbami with me this beautiful afternoon. David, good afternoon to you and welcome to Honor 103.5 FM.
Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to our esteemed viewers at home and our listeners as well. It feels good to be here again to talk sports. A whole lot to look forward to this weekend from the world of tennis. We are into the Wimbledon finals, where today in the women's category, Marketa Vondrousova will be up against us, Jabbar, the Tunisian, and we wait and see what will actually play out in that finals. And in the men's category, I mean, it will be Carlos Alcaraz, the world number one, against the world number two. That's Novak Djokovic. I'm looking forward to that. That will be mouth-watering. And over this week, I mean, we saw the basketball African tournament where the Tigers actually were knocked out by DR Congo. They did well for themselves, but I mean, DR Congo was just too strong for them. So I feel going forward, we can still do better. If we have a running basketball league in Nigeria, so a whole lot to talk about and dissect this wonderful afternoon. Thanks for having me.
Okay, that is coming from David Ibigbami. Also, I have my guy in the studio, and of course, he'll be making his debut right there at Sport Arena, talking about Bolu Atife Silva. Good afternoon to you, Bolu Atife Silva, and welcome to Sport Arena on Honor 103.5 FM.
Good afternoon, and thank you for having me. It's an honor to be at 103.5.
It's an honor to be in Honor.
Exactly, it's an honor to be at Honor FM this wonderful afternoon. and I'm looking forward for us, dissect all sports news we have for you today. It's going to be a very wonderful time here.
All right, guys, let's ride this afternoon. We start with tennis, and of course, it's no more news that we have our finalists both in the men's and the female category. I'm talking about Wimbledon, and in the female category, Tunisia, Ons Japan will be playing against. Yes, Ons Japan will be in the final later today against Marketa Vondrousova. And of course, in the men's category tomorrow, it will be the world number 1, Carlos Alcaraz. And of course, the world record, Novak Djokovic. Definitely is going to be a very interesting game. And don't you forget, Ons Japan defeating Aria Sabalenka in the semi-final. 7-6, 6-4, 6-3. And for Marketa, destroying Elina Vitolina 6-2, 6-3, 6-3. Definitely, guys, let's talk about these guys that will be playing in the final. We start from the female category. World number 1, Iga Swiatek, has been sent packing at the quarterfinal stages, if I'm not mistaken. And of course, the like of Ons Japan, yes, she's in the final. And guess what? During the process of the final, she defeated Elina Rybakina and Aria Sabalenka going to the final. Interesting tournament for Ons Japan.
Yeah, interesting tournament for her. I mean, she they say revenge is very sweet. I mean, not to forget, Elina Rybakina defeated Ons Japan at the Wimbledon final last year, and she got to defeat her right now at the Wimbledon happening presently this year. I mean, she lost the first set but came back to win the remaining 2 sets to progress to the semi-finals, where she met Arina Sabalenka, and she lost the first set as well, but she came back, rallied back, and progressed to the final. But looking at the final that will happen today, she will be squaring up against Marketa Vondrousova, and let me take a look at how Marketa Vondrousova has been when it comes to tennis. I mean, she's not a novice when it comes to playing tennis. I mean, she's got into a Grand Slam final in 2019 when she was 19 years old. I mean, she lost at French Open, and she lost the Olympics finals as well. She was at the Olympic final where she lost as well. She's a silver medalist when it comes to the Olympic, and she's a very good tennis player, no doubt about it. She remains one of the best, and she's the first lady to be in the final unseeded player, right about now. So I feel scoring up against Ons Japan. This is a lady that has lost 2 major finals. I mean, she lost the Wimbledon and she lost the US Open as well. But all of a sudden, I mean, we didn't get to see her at her very best. But right now at the Wimbledon, she's done so well for herself. I mean, at the quarterfinal stages, as she just read out, she defeated Elina Rybakina. I mean, she lost the first set. I was not rooting for her then, but she proved me wrong and went on to get to the semi-finals where she defeated Sabalenka as well. So getting to the final, she's the favorite, no doubt about it. I mean, she's world number 6 and she's the 6th seeded player right now in Wimbledon, and she will be scoring up against a wild card player, that's Marketa Vondrousova. I just feel she should not take Vondrousova as a novice for granted, because she's very good on her day, and I feel she can get to win her first major Grand Slam. Are open for Ons Japan to draw us proud and get to win her first major Grand Slam today. I mean, this is not the first time she'll be facing up Vondrousova. They've met 6 times and they've won 3 times apiece. But I feel today will be very different. I'm rooting for Ons Japan to win. Yeah,
definitely. We know today will be very difficult for her. I remember for Marketa in the semi-final, in the quarterfinals, she played against Jessica Pegula, which is one of a very interesting game also. But then she defeated her, and of course, before that in the semi-final, she played against Elina Vitolina. Should tell you that going to the final, she has been facing several difficult matches.
Yeah, you can say that again. She defeated Jessica Pegula, and anyone following female tennis, we actually know Jessica Pegula. I mean, she's one for the future. She's a very good tennis player, and she defeated the person that defeated Iga Swiatek. That's Elina Svitolina, and I feel going into this competition, she won't even dream of even getting to the final. And right now she is, and the motivation is actually there for her. I mean, she's lost one major Grand Slam final before, and she'll be looking forward to win today as well. So I just hope Ons Jabeur won't underrate this particular lady. And then come afternoon today, I mean, the final will be coming out 2 p.m. Maybe 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Then we can celebrate Ons Jabeur winning the Wimbledon title.
Okay, we wait and see later today what will happen in the female finals right there at Wimbledon. Away from the female category, let's get straight to the main category. And not to forget, it's going to be a drama between world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz and of course world number 2 Novak Djokovic. Definitely tomorrow we will know what will happen. But remember, in 2022 it was won by Novak Djokovic. In 2021 Djokovic won that title also. In 2020 it was cancelled due to COVID-19, and in 2019 it was won by Novak Djokovic, and not to forget 2018 retained by Djokovic. So if we should go back down the lane, it has been dominated widely by Novak Djokovic. So Boluwatife, tomorrow is going to be the final between Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic. I know you have your thoughts towards the final, because I know you'll be following through from the day one. The final will happen tomorrow between Novak Djokovic and, of course, world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz. What are your thoughts?
Well, as I said, I think back on this show, it's not a surprise as to who got to the final. You know, we expected this, and now we are seeing it: Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic getting to the final. And of course, I do have my favorite to win in person of Carlos Alcaraz. I think I've been rooting for him because I feel Djokovic has just won it too much. He has been winning it back to back from I think 2018 up until now. I think it's time for us to see someone else, someone new, you know, get to be able to feel, you know, what you feel when you win. You know, because it's a really big deal when you win something huge for yourself. You make a name for yourself in your career, you know. From there you start going on to do greater things. So I'm really rooting for Carlos Alcaraz to win. He's a very good player, but you know, you shouldn't also take Novak for granted, because of course someone who has won it for the last 4-5 years isn't someone who should be taken for granted also, because it can go either way. For me right now, it can go either way. So let's just see how it goes, you know, how it plays out tomorrow.
Okay, I know David will disagree with you when it comes to who's going to win the title.
You see, I've watched Novak Djokovic for over years now, and let's look at Novak Djokovic at Wimbledon. Now let's talk about Wimbledon. And Novak will be reaching his 35th final, and this is his 9th final when it comes to Wimbledon, and he will be looking forward to win his 8th record equaling Roger Federer's title at the Wimbledon. So if he gets to win tomorrow's final, he will be side by side with Roger Federer when it comes to the number of Wimbledon titles you've won. And since 2013 on center court, Novak hasn't lost any particular match, and since 2016 as well, he hasn't lost any completed matches. So that's to tell you that Novak has it all. Now playing against Carlos Alcaraz, normal. If you look at the kind of opponents Carlos Alcaraz defeated, you want to say he has the edge over Novak. He defeated Matthew Berrettini and the round of 16. When it comes to the quarterfinals, he defeated Olga Rune. In the semifinals, he defeated Daniil Medvedev with ease. I mean, 6-3. So that's to tell you, Carlos Alcaraz too is in his form of his life. Now, when you look at these two tennis players, they've faced off like 2 times, and they've won one apiece. Now, Novak won at the French Open, just completed French Open in the semi-finals of French Open, and Carlos Alcaraz won at the ATP Madrid. That was the ATP section. So, if you take a look at those two sides, Novak just has edge a little bit over Carlos Alcaraz. Maybe we talk about the experience and how he has
and the record when it comes to Wimbledon.
Then this is the first final Carlos Alcaraz will be reaching when it comes to the Wimbledon.
But you know one thing, because this guy has been winning for the past 4-5 years, doesn't mean we can't, you know, go in
see
for a
new
surprise.
winner. Sure.
I'm just saying it doesn't mean we can't see surprise happen. It doesn't mean, you know, Carlos doesn't even have an edge over him. Fine, I get what you're saying. Novak is one of the, you know, all-time greats already. He has the motivation wanting to tie Roger Federer. You know, I think that motivation is going to make him want to even do more. But Carlos also has his own motivation, him not having winning it yet.
Yeah, he hasn't won. He has won a Grand Slam before,
but not
the Wimbledon.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But not the Wimbledon. So I feel it has to do with who has the higher or greater motivation to want to dig far and really go for it.
No, when it comes to
hold on guys. I know you have a lot to say, but guys, we are still on to our Sport Arena on Honor 103.5 FM. Right about now, we'll be going on a short commercial break, and when we return, we'll continue the discussion from tennis to basketball.
On the 103.5 FM.
You fit fly. Do you know the key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep?
All you need do is just pitch your tent with You Fit Fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage, and others.
If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity.
At You Fit Fly office, Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort.
Oh la la! Have you been to a top-notch hotel in Ibadan? A one-stop at Hotel The Field in Bodija is an experience you don't want to miss. The aesthetic edifice is laced with 24 hours electricity supply, AC tight rooms, serene environment, courteous staff, and all comfort you can ever think of. Don't go too far. Sample our services. We have superior bed space, executive bed space, deluxe, studio, big space for all occasions, with all the comforts you can ever think of within and outside the country, Nigeria. Visit number 1B Olulonge Street, Salami Estate, Bodija, Ibadan, or call 08033-950-705. Hotel The Field, one stop for comfort.
At Honor FM 103.5 Ibadan, honor and integrity are watchword.
Alright guys, you are still on to Sport Arena on your super dialer on 103.5 FM, and of course I still have the guys in the studio, and of course we are doing justice to several talking points making the round in the world of sport. Still talking tennis in a big way this afternoon, and of course we are focusing more on the final between world number 1 Carlos Alcaraz and of course world number 2 Novak Djokovic. And of course, these guys have several disagreements over who is going to take the glory tomorrow between Alcaraz and, of course, Novak Djokovic. And you were saying something before we went on that short commercial break, talking about Apollo Atife. You said anything can happen in the final because you believe in surprises. And I know you'll be mentioning surprises. And definitely, we'll be expecting a big surprise tomorrow. It will be an upset seeing Carlos Alcaraz defeating Novak Djokovic in the final because of the track record Novak Djokovic has when it comes to Wimbledon.
You know, when it comes to bigger stage like this, we don't really experience. Of course. Now, when it comes to tomorrow, I feel Novak has the experience over Carlos Alcaraz. Knows that about it. I mean, this is a guy that just came into limelight last year. Won the US Open. I mean, he got to the semi-finals of the French Open, and now he's gotten to the final of the Wimbledon for the first time. But I just feel it's not as if Carlos Alcaraz is not talented. It's not as if he's not a very good tennis player. But I just feel Novak has it, as the edge over Carlos Alcaraz come tomorrow morning, and he will be winning the Wimbledon for the 8th time, and equaling Margaret Scott's record of winning a Grand Slam for 24th time. So, I'm rooting. All my heart is just about Novak winning tomorrow.
I actually agree with you when it comes to the term of experience. Experience goes a long way when it comes to sport. Not just tennis. We see it all around sport, football, basketball, and all around. Experience actually comes a long way. With the professionalism that you have, the experience can make you see some things and play in some kind of certain way that is very advantageous to you and disadvantageous to your opponent. But then I feel the loss for if Carlos loses tomorrow, the experience can do him good in other Wimbledon in years to come. So actually I'm still rooting for Carlos, but if he doesn't win, I feel he's still going to really have take away the experience and come back following Wimbledon and come and try and go for the win. So let's just see what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm expecting a big surprise to happen though, but if it doesn't, kudos to whoever wins it.
All right, tomorrow is the D-Day between Carlos Alcaraz and, of course, Novak Djokovic. And don't you forget, later today, the match will be decided right there in the female category away from Chinese this afternoon. Let's just straight to basketball. And I must tell you, remember, the Nigerian men's basketball team, talking about the Tigers, are representing Nigeria right there in Africa. In the first match, remember, they won against Mali, but in the second game against the host Angola, they lost to Angola, and against Gabon, they got their victory, only for them to lose against the defending champion, talking about DR Congo. And just yesterday, another classification match between Kenya and Nigeria ended in a defeat for the Tigers of Nigeria, 61-59. David, let me ask you, if you want to rate this Nigerian men's team, considering the fact that they have been going through a lot of issue in the federation, but then they still came out and at least rallying and at least represent the country well. How will you rate these guys?
For me, I'll just put it 70% over 100. Now, for me, I feel they've done so well. Now, looking at the circumstances, these guys have really gone through. I mean, they got to Angola the day they will play against Mali, and that doesn't speak well about Nigeria. I mean, for Nigeria, we don't have a running basketball league, and we were able to pick home-based players to actually do the job for us. I mean, that's to show us we have a lot of talents right here in Nigeria. I mean, it was not as if these guys went to Angola and got disgraced. I mean, they won the first match against Mali. They lost against the host nation, Angola, and which I feel wasn't a really bad one, because I feel they don't have the edge over the Angolas. But they won the third match against the Gabonese side, and they lost to the defending champion, that's the DR Congo. Had they been played against other opponents, maybe we would have qualified to the semi-finals of that competition. So that's to show you we still have a lot of talent right here in Nigeria, and we are clamoring for the NBBF to please do the needful. Let's have a running basketball league. I mean, we can't just keep having the same issues all over every time. It's becoming so boring. So they should resolve the issues in-house, and going forward we can boast of African champions. I mean, the likes of DR Congo, the likes of Angola dominating basketball in Africa. I mean, for the past 6 years, 5 years, I mean, we know Nigeria basketball to actually be the best. I mean, we were actually comparing ourselves to the United States of America's team. That's the main basketball team. So right now, I mean, it's becoming so appalling and it's becoming so downgrading for us when it comes to Nigeria basketball. So I'm just hoping the NBBF will just do the needful, and let's hope that Nigeria basketball will come to we will just be a very successful one come next month. All right,
later today, the third place match between DR Congo and Rwanda will be decided, and the final between Morocco and Ivory Coast will definitely be decided. Then we'll know the champions of this particular tournament, talking about the African tournament. Away from African football basketball, now let's talk about the NBA Summer League right there in USA. And I must confirm to you that earlier of this morning, LA Lakers was in action, although they lost 100-69. And of course, Utah Jazz also got a better off on the Sun, 97-93, and of course other matches were decided though. Nuggets also against Miami Heat ended 112-81 in favor of Nuggets. But I know this is where you have your interest when it comes to NBA. although it's still a summer league, and of course we are seeing several talents, drafted players also doing better things. Earlier we saw the likes of Victor Wembanyama and of course Miller also doing some great things for their respective franchise. If you want to rate several results from this game, how would you rate this tournament so far?
The tournament so far has been going good. We've seen a lot of surprises. We've seen a lot of top 10 picks face up against each other. Even yesterday, there was a match between the Detroit Pistons and San Antonio Spurs. And we know we have one of the Thompson brothers in the Pistons and Victor Wembanyama in the San Antonio Spurs. It was a match to look forward to, though we didn't see Victor play. But I think also Thompson, he played, and I think he had a really great game yesterday. They went away with a win with him leading his team in scoring. So I think we've been seeing a lot of top 10 players, actually been exceeding expectation even in the summer league. So we can't wait for them to, go on into the start of the season, and let's see how they are going to feel, when it comes to playing with all-star players, when it comes to playing with a superstar, well-made and well-known players. So let's see how it's going to go on as the league starts. All
right, let's see how it's going to go on at the league start. Away from basketball this afternoon, and let's get straight to football because we have quite a number of interesting stories to tell you. Earlier this week, the draw for 2026 FIFA World Cup. And of course, Nigeria in Group C alongside South Africa, Benin Republic, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and of course Lesotho. And don't to forget in Group A, the likes of Egypt, Burkina Faso, Guinea-Bissau, and of course Sierra Leone, Ethiopia in Group A. And in Group B, where we have Senegal, DR Congo, Togo, Sudan, and of course South Sudan. In Group D, Cameroon, Cape Verde, Angola, Libya. In Group E, where we have Morocco, Zambia, Congo, Tanzania, Niger. And in Group F, where we have Ivory Coast, Gabon, Kenya, Gambia, Burundi. And don't you forget in Group G, Algeria, Guinea, Uganda, Mozambique, Botswana, and of course Somalia. In Group H, where we have Tunisia, Equatorial Guinea, Namibia, Malawi, Liberia, and of course Sao Tome. And the last group, which is Group I, where we have Mali, Ghana, Madagascar, Central African Republic, Chad, and of course Comoros. In Group C, where we will focus talking about the group that has the same a team like the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Bayana of South Africa, Benin Republic, Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and of course Lesotho. Guys, remember last World Cup we did not qualify because we were knocked out by our outright rival, talking about the Black Star of Ghana. And this time around, we are also drawn in another group where we have our rival also talking about South African team. Guys, do you think it's possible for us to make it out of this group currently?
Well, I actually feel very confident in our team. And I feel very confident in us making it out of the group stage, out of the qualifying round, to the World Cup. I actually feel confident. I think we have the team to do it, but it's going to all start from the African Cup of Nations that we are going to play. Okay. You understand? Because I think it will be a determining factor, considering how far we go in the cup and how we see our players gel together, come together and play the style of football they are going to play. Is going to actually see how we are going to do in the qualifying rounds for the World Cup. But I think the only rival we have and the only team I see that can really make it difficult for us is South Africa. I think.
What about Benin Republic? I think we are neighbors, and of course their coach is our former coach.
If you take a look at this group now, we have South Africa, we have Benin, we have Zimbabwe, Rwanda, and Lesotho. Now let me start from South Africa. I mean, South Africa are well known to Nigeria. I mean, we faced each other so many times, and in the last two games we've played, I mean, we've won the last two, and South Africa football is not really there right now when it comes to this major African sides. The likes of Senegal, the likes of Morocco, and not to forget, I mean, Nigeria is 8 above them when it comes to talent. But let's go to Benin Republic now. They have the former Super Eagles coach right there in that team. That's Genetro. And I feel he will want to prove a point that, I mean, facing Nigeria, he will want to be a stopping. He want to be against us. So I just feel Nigeria should be very careful. Now the Zimbabwe team as well. You may want to say these are not a well-known team when it comes to African football, but on that day, they can stop you from qualifying as well. So I feel against Lesotho, no doubt about it, we should be getting a win here and a win away from home. So all in all, I just feel if we can get a 6 point against the likes of Rwanda, 6 point against the likes of Lesotho, maybe 4 point against Zimbabwe, and maybe 4 point against Benin, then we should slug it out against South Africa. So I feel we are the favorites to qualify from this group.
I think the bone of contention here is for us not to take anything for granted. You understand? Because we might be looking at it. Okay,
we are good to calculations. Exactly, at the end of the day, it might be so difficult. Exactly. So on paper, it might look very easy.
Yes.
But when it comes to the action,
so
this is quite bit of a
I really think we shouldn't take anything for granted. We should actually go and really train against every and each team we are going to play. Because we shouldn't see Lesotho, Rwanda, and Benin as these teams are really small teams. They are teams we should be able to easily beat. So we should actually go and really train and take these teams as we are playing Germany, we are playing Spain. We really have to win. We need to win.
Okay. All right, guys. I know we have a lot to say on the show, but then we have to go on another short commercial break, and when we return, we will join Muturayo Yakubu on Sportainment.
On the 103.5 FM.
You fit fly.
Do you know the key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep?
All you need do is just pitch your tent with You Fit Fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage, and others.
If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity.
At your Fit Fly office, Success House, 7 Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort.
Are you in need of captivating graphic designs? Would you like to print banners, stickers, and flyers? Immaculate Digital Prints got you covered. We offer all kinds of printing services and production of jotters, paper bags, and programs for events. For more inquiries, kindly check in at Suite 3, Praise Complex, Darlington Street, Mokola, Ibadan, or call 0810-9873-754 or 0708-644-1109, or check out our IG page at Immaculate Digital Prints NG. Immaculate Digital Prints, delighting hearts.
At Honor FM 103.5 Ibadan, Honor and integrity, our watchword.
Good day and welcome to Sportainment on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Muturayo Yakubu. Congratulations to Arsenal and Germany player Kai Lucas Havertz, who has announced that he's now engaged to his girlfriend Sophia Amelia Welber. And away from Emirates to Anfield, where trained Alexander-Arnold was spotted with a new hairstyle as he returned to pre-season training with Liverpool on Tuesday. After what was seemingly a dismissal and chaotic campaign last year, the Reds took some credit as they ended with an 11-game unbeaten run, which saw them secure 5th place and almost sneak into the Champions League. Crucial to this turnaround was the form of Alexander-Arnold, who had previously been widely castigated for his performances, as joining club gave the right back tucking inside into midfield. This was a tactical masterstroke as he added 7 assists and 1 goal in 10 games to rediscover his swagger. The England international will hope to build on that for the 2023-24 campaign, where he will be sporting a new look. The 24-year-old was showing off a relatively simple and smart haircut with shaved sides as he underwent a series of fitness and medical tests. In another development, England star Jack Grealish was seen partying in Ibiza along a stunning British Airways hostess on the weekend as he caressed her leg during the boozy trip. Grealish, who is dating model Shasha Atwood, is enjoying a well-deserved break from his Man City duties after their historic treble-winning season by living it up on the famous Spanish island, and he continued celebrations at the Blue Marlin Club on the weekend. At close gaze into West Ham team, Danny Ings arrived at West Ham training yesterday after undergoing a hair transplant for somewhere in the region of €17,000 in a London clinic. The Hammers forward was pictured on the first day of pre-season action after getting a makeover with Mayfair Hair Clinic. West Ham striker Danny Ings arrives for pre-season training, still showing the markings of his €17,000 hair transplant as he eyes a new look for Premier League season. With a costly hair transplant, the English forward joins a growing list of footballers with hair transplants. At the clinic, minimum hair surgery fees start at €12,000 and can reach beyond the €17,000 mark, with additional cost of €1,000 for extras such as surgical IV vitamin infusion. In the caption, a quote from the former England man reads, "A colleague recommended Mayfair Hair Clinic and they have exceeded my expectations, a level above the rest." Ings is seen in the picture grinning away with bandages still stuck on the side of his head while he shakes hands with a Dr. D to his right. And now to tennis. For just a few short months into his romance with fellow tennis star Paula Badosa, the world No. 5 Greek, who beat Andy Murray on Friday, has declared the Spanish beauty his soulmate. Away from tennis into football. Aside from Peace Abe, who many football fans regard as the most beautiful player in the Nigerian Women's League, other stars such as Taiwo Lawa are not left out. Lawa is one of the reasons why several male fans visit the stadium to watch the Women's League. In Spain, Rosemary Alaba, sister of Real Madrid player, shoots music video in Lagos. The 29-year-old Rosemary is trending following her arrival from Austria to Lagos, Nigeria. Rosemary Alaba's visit to Nigeria comes after her brother made efforts to stay in touch with his roots. And that's all we have on Sportainment this afternoon on Ono 103.5 FM. My name is Muturayo Yakub. Thanks for listening.
All right, thank you, Muturayo, for giving us that with from Sportainment. Away from that, let's continue our discussion. And before we went on that break, we were discussing on the possibility of the Super Eagles of Nigeria to make it out of Group C, where we have Benin Republic and, of course, South Africa. My concern is about Benin Republic and South Africa. And we should not forget Zimbabwe. Sometimes they might be very tricky when it comes to competitions like this. So I think it's more difficult for us in that group.
It's more difficult for us in that group. And I feel we have the talent, no doubt about it. We have some exciting players playing for us. I mean, in a team where you have Victor Osimhen, in a team where you have Kelechi Iheanacho, Ademola Lookman, no doubt we have the talent. But one issue we have presently in Nigerian football is the coach, the tactical aspect of the manager. Can this manager actually tinker this side to qualify for the World Cup? I mean, we can't afford to not qualify for another World Cup edition coming up in 2026. So I just feel they should put all out in deck, and we should proceed. Proceed these qualifiers one game at a time. I think the first match we'll be playing is against South Africa. If we can get in a win against South Africa, then the confidence will be there. It will be a morale booster for the boys. Okay, we can do this, and let's not forget the automatic ticket will be given to the top countries that qualifies out of that group. So I feel we can't afford to come second in that group and when come up and play all this mini tournament and then go and play all this playoff series. So we can't afford to go and play that kind of a playoff. So we should qualify top of that group, and let's know that okay, we've qualified for the FIFA World Cup. Okay,
on a quick note, do you believe we can make it out of that group without any dramatic situation?
I dramatic situation is kind of where we thrive in Nigeria, but we only can hope and hope that we don't have any dramatic situation that hinders us from going to yet another World Cup, because us not making it to the last World Cup was should I say really embarrassing, because like we call ourselves Giants of Africa for a reason, and us not going to the World Cup seemed somehow like the World Cup self knew that Nigeria know they this World Cup. But, I'm actually being serious right now. I actually feel we have about 80% certainty for us to actually make it out of the group stage, because we really, like you said, really do have the talent, we have the players. It's just up to the coaching staff right now to be able to
do the job perfectly.
Exactly. To be able to make these players do what they're supposed to do on the pitch, and just make them great.
Okay, we wait and see. At the end of the day, we reach and hope Nigeria will make it to 2026 FIFA World Cup. Alright guys, you can join the conversation on our Facebook platform Honor 103.5 FM. Already we have the likes of Aziz who's saying keep the good work going, and of course Samson and Oluwapo Balogun saying Hobson. Josh Baba saying keep up the good work, and of course Areni Yaya saying well done. I thank you guys for joining the conversation. Away from the Nigerian Super Eagles team, straight to the Nigeria Super Eagles tournament right there in Lagos. And ladies and gentlemen, I must confirm to you that tomorrow the final will be decided between Sporting Lagos and of course Remo Stars. It's going to be a very interesting match, and of course another Southwest derby. Don't forget that Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos were drawn in Group A earlier alongside Castina United and People's Elephant, talking about Enyimba FC. And of course at the end of the day it was Sporting Lagos topping that group with 7 points, followed by Remo Stars with 4 points, Castina United with 4 points, and of course Enyimba with just 1 point. And in Group B, where we have Lobby Stars of Makurdi having 7 points, Aqua United with 6 points, Rivers United with 3 points, and of course Yobe Desa Stars with just 1 point. And just in the semi-final, it was a battle between Lobby Stars and of course Remo Stars, and it ended 2-1 in favor of Remo Stars. And in the second semi-final game, Sporting Lagos against Aqua United, the promise keeper. At the end of the day, it was 2-1 in favor of Sporting Lagos. And tomorrow, the final between Sporting Lagos and Remo Stars, another Southwest derby final between these two teams. Who do you think is going to become champion of the Nigeria Super 8 series? Definitely is going to be interesting, but the surprising part of it is that Sporting Lagos, a team that just came from the NNA, are currently in the final of the Nigeria Super 8, talking about the biggest off-season tournament right there in Nigeria.
I mean, that's what you get when you have proper plans. I mean, we've seen Sporting Lagos, how they are being run. I mean, they are a private team, and we can see the improvement when it comes to them. I mean, progressing, and they will be facing off against Remo Stars tomorrow. I mean, they faced themselves in the group stage. They defeated Remo Stars from 1 goal down and came back to win by 2-1. And I feel tomorrow it will be a very difficult game for one, but I feel they will just have the edge to win against Remo Stars. Because if you look at the opponents they faced, they faced Aqua United, Fatal Shore side, and they defeated them by 2-1. I mean, they played against Enyimba, the Finidi Jaw side as well. They played at a new draw, and they are still unbeaten when it comes to this particular tournament. So they've not lost a particular game. So I just feel they have it all, and I feel come tomorrow afternoon, I'm rooting for Sporting Lagos to defeat Remo Stars. Though Remo Stars, we want to prove a point that okay, you've defeated us in the group stage. We won't want you to defeat us at the final as well. But I just feel Sporting Lagos will defeat Remo Stars tomorrow.
I mean, Buluwatife, one thing about this Sporting Lagos is that they are trying to prove a point and sending a very strong message to other MPFL team that come next season is going to be battle back to back. And when it comes to Southwest, where we have the likes of Shooting Stars, the likes of Sunshine Stars, Remo Stars also, I think these guys need to step up their game. But then tomorrow is the final between Remo Stars and Sporting Lagos. Your prediction towards the game?
Before I go to my predictions, first I have to say a big congratulations to the NPFL. This tournament has really been nothing short of a great tournament. It has been, even over my expectations, you understand. So a really big kudos to them, and a really big kudos to the federation for bringing this tournament in, to life. And as for my predictions, just as David has said, actually, I'm actually in support of the Sporting Lagos to actually go and dominate in the finals. As they have said, they've been unbeaten so far. It has really been a great team to watch all through. So let's just see how it will play out. Okay. Though I'm just going to say my prediction should be. I really want to see goals because I love goals. So let me see 3-1 in favor of Sporting Lagos.
Okay, 3-1 in favor of Sporting Lagos. Let's see what will happen tomorrow. David, your prediction in tomorrow's game?
I feel it's very difficult. Let me go with a 1-0 win for Sporting Lagos.
Okay, 1-0 win from Sporting Lagos. Oluwaseyi Adisa saying great job, and of course, Bet King Nifemi saying good job. Nice one. Thank you for joining the conversation. Away from the Ninja Super Eagles, let's dive into transfer. And ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal is in the news again, and of course, signing 2 players back to back. Talking about Jaren Timbers and of course Declan Rice into the team. Great and massive transfer they did this summer.
Yeah, I mean you can see that again. Arsenal really doing well when it comes to transfers. I mean, Jaren Timber, a player from Ajax, and he's a versatile defender. He can play as a centre back. He can play as a right back as well. And getting him into the team, we actually improved them defensively. And for Declan Rice, a quality defensive midfielder, no doubt about it. He's played for the Three Lions of England. He's a national team player, and he's done so well for West Ham. I mean, he was their captain to lead them to that Europa Conference League win. So I feel adding Declan Rice and Jaren Timber next season, it will be a very good.
All right, guys. We need to pay some bills now. I know this is the most interesting part when it comes to this show. Talking transfer. I know we have some reservation when it comes to several transfer, but then Oluwadare Blessing saying so proud of you, Lion Ayomiku, and then you thank you for saying that. Thank you for your support. Right about now, we'll be going on a short commercial break, and when we return, we continue our conversation on transfer stories.
On 103.5 FM.
Oh yes, something new is here again for this summer holiday class. Immaculate Media Academy, comprising on FM, Immaculate Television, Multimedia Unit. Calls for admission into a 4-week training scheduled to begin 1st August 2023. Courses available are radio and TV presentation skills, digital audio mix, photography, basic training on all music and instruments, LED screen setting, drone piloting, videography, and graphic design. Obtain your form at 2,000 naira. School fee and certificate at 30,000 naira only, with 5% discount for schools who register their students 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Children between 10 to 20 years are encouraged to register. Visit number 39 Adebayo Street, Gungi, Bodija, or call 0803-668-9315 or 0816-309-1905. Immaculate Media Academy.
Something new.
You fit, you fit, you fit, you fit. You fit fly.
Do you know the key to unlock your dreams of traveling abroad to different destinations like USA, Canada, UK, Australia, and other countries in Europe is at your doorstep?
All you need do is just pitch your tent with You Fit Fly, and we shall show you the world in comfort. Oh yes, we're still leading in ticketing, flight reservation, airport transfer, special vacation, hotel reservation, international travel consulting, tour package, travel insurance, and holy pilgrimage, and others.
If you therefore wish to study abroad or travel to different countries around the world, we are here to give you that opportunity.
At the Fit Fly office, Success House, 7-Up Road, Oluyole Main Estate, Ring Road, Ibadan. Telephone 080-9300-2096. Website www.youfitfly.com. With You Fit Fly, you shall see the world in comfort. At Honor FM 103.5 Ibadan, Honor and integrity, our watchword.
All right, guys, welcome back. This is the Sport Arena on Honor 103.5 FM and on our Facebook platform. Ola Dibu saying, keep up the good work. Mrs. Oluwadare Blessing also sending a lot of fire to us. Thank you. Guys, let's quickly talk about this Arsenal transfer before we move to the FIFA Women's World Cup that will be going down later this month. Quickly, Arsenal signing Declan Rice and, of course, Timber into the team. Budwatife, your opinion about these two major signings?
I really feel, confident in what the Arsenal are trying to do as a team. I really think, them not clinching that first spot in last season's Premier League was, a tough one for a tough pill for them to swallow, and therefore going into this transfer window, they have been trying to up their game into trying to make next season better for them. So I'm actually looking forward to seeing them play next season and seeing them actually maintaining that their top 4 position for a long time, because we've actually not really been seeing us now dominating in the Premier League for I think the last 4-5 years. So I'm really actually looking forward to seeing them do great things this coming season.
Okay, David, over to you now. Declan Rice in that Arsenal midfield.
Yeah, I mean, what we actually make is very interesting is if Thomas Partey actually stays at Arsenal.
Okay.
Because I feel the combination of Thomas Partey and Declan Rice in that midfield, I mean, I feel all the English teams are there to suffer for.
Okay.
I mean, because I feel right now, Arsenal are the team to beat next season.
Okay.
Apart from Man City, so I feel.
Do you think Arsenal can actually make it? Try and win Premier League next season?
I feel they will push it. They will push for it. I mean,
even
without having this kind of score,
more than last season.
Even without having that kind of score last season, I mean, they still pushed to the end. So I feel having to add a quality player than like Declan Rice during Timber. Maybe Kai Havertz as well. So I mean, they will push.
I feel now they have a better squad depth than they did last season.
Yeah,
that was one of the reasons why they fell short of winning.
I mean, when Saliba got injured,
exactly,
they suffered
for it. So
yes.
All right, guys, we see what will happen next season. Another major transfer that happened was Lionel Messi making that move to Inter Miami. Big transfer, so to say.
No, yeah, you can say that's a big transfer. I mean, he has a task to perform at Inter Miami, because right now I think the team is not actually performing well. They are not doing well at the MLS, and I think they are bottom of the table right now. So it needs to do well for Inter Miami, and that's one of the major reasons why they actually spend the cash on Lionel Messi. He will actually enjoy his time at Inter Miami, and let's hope and see what he can do.
But the question is, can he do it alone?
He cannot.
No, I think Sergio Busquets right now is at Inter Miami as well. So they are trying to bring in players that can complement what Lionel Messi has to do.
If he doesn't have players that can compensate him and actually complement what he's trying to do in Inter Miami, I still think they will be, if not at the bottom up, it can bring them to the middle. But as for them trying to be at the top forward of the MLS league, I don't think he can do it alone. But it's really a big one for him, moving to the MLS. We are going to miss him in Europe. That's just the truth of the matter. Now we have we don't have any goats anymore. Exactly, like of Messi, Ronaldo anymore. Even Benzema himself has now left. So we don't really have any goats now in Europe. So
because of our time, quickly let's talk about the FIFA Women's World Cup that will be going down later this month, 20th of July. The first match will happen between the host New Zealand and Norway. But then we talk about the Nigerian Super Eagles. Earlier hours of this morning, they play against the Lion FC, which ended 8-1 in favor of the Super Falcons of Nigeria. I know you are very much in support of this team, even with the dramas surrounding the team. Do you still have this faith and hope that we are going to get it out of that group?
Just like I've been saying, and just like I will continue keep saying on this show, and if and when, not if, when we qualify out of the group stage, I'm going to come back on this show and tell the whole world I supported Nigeria, and Ayomikun did not support Nigeria.
You see, there's some hope that
your sporting investor on this show did not support our Nigerian side to qualify. So
football is not about hope.
You see, there's some hope that
it's about preparation.
Yes,
it's about preparation.
See, of course. Let me say it this way. I mean, yesterday the Canadian national team, they played against the England national team. They played after 0-0 draw.
0-0, yeah.
Now Australia played against France.
They won. Yeah,
now
yeah.
Ireland played against Colombia. I mean, the game was interrupted for reasons, but actually they played it friendly. Now the Super Falcons of Nigeria is playing against a club in Australia. I mean, what does that even tell you? I mean, are we even prepared? Now I was listening to the media officer of the Super Falcons, that's Tobi Oluchi, and she was saying, okay, the preparations for the World Cup started since 2019 when they crashed out, and they've played a lot of friendlies against the United States, in Turkey, and as well. So I just think these are some excuses that won't work. And when we see the Super Falcons being battered, being disgraced at the FIFA World Cup, we will tell them that we told you that okay, the preparations wasn't good enough.
Just like what Bolu is saying, he's saying if Nigeria dare qualify from that group, he's gonna come here and tell me that I did not support the Super Falcons.
Of course, no. you know, fine.
1 minute, our time is off. But then, guys, it's nice doing this with you this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Definitely, Bolu Tife. Thank you for coming, and of course, David Bigwami. All right, guys, it's time to say our BYE on the show. And to the guys on our Facebook platform, thank you for your contribution. Until we come your way again next week, and definitely on Monday we'll be right there to give you the latest and the biggest news coming from the world of sport. This is Sport Arena on Honor 103.5 FM. My name is Ayomikun Adeniyi. Of course, you can simply call me Purity, your sport investor. Stay out of trouble. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm out of the studio.